What does God say to you when you sit alone and cry? It's a question no one asks out loud, but it echoes in hearts all the time. In those moments when you close the door, when the world grows quiet, and all that's left is a weight on your chest and a tear you're trying to hide. You cry without knowing how to explain what you feel. You cry because words aren't enough anymore, because the exhaustion has finally outrun your strength. And in that exact moment, when no one sees you, no one hears you, and you don't even understand yourself, God is closer than you imagine. He doesn't ask why you're crying. He doesn't blame you for your weakness. He doesn't scold you for breaking down. He knew before the tear fell why it was coming. He knows how long you held it back. He knows the number of nights you held yourself together. The number of times you said, "I'm fine," when you weren't. The number of smiles while broken. The number of times you stayed silent so no one would call you a complainer. So the first thing God says to your heart in that moment is, I know. I know what you hide. I know what you can't put into words. I know what you carry alone. I know your tears aren't weakness. They're the end of your strength. I know you didn't get to this moment without trying so many times. When you cry alone, God doesn't see your tears as a complaint. He hears them as a silent prayer. A prayer you couldn't find words for, so it came out in tears. So many people think prayer only happens with words, but God hears what's deeper than sound. He hears your brokenness. He hears the hope hiding behind your pain. He hears the fear you were too afraid to admit. And God says to you, don't be ashamed of your tears. I didn't make you from stone. I made you with a heart that feels, that hurts, that breaks, and then gets back up. I never asked you to be strong all the time. I asked you not to lose hope. And crying is not losing hope. Crying is admitting you need help. And admitting you need help is the first door to closeness. He doesn't pull away because you're crying. He draws closer. He draws closer because you finally stopped defending. You dropped the masks. You sat down as you really are. No pretending, no performance. In that moment, you're not playing the role of the strong believer or the perfect patient one. You're just a real human being. And God loves honesty more than he loves perfection. He says, do you think I haven't seen you? Do you think I've overlooked you? Do you think I left you alone? If you were alone, you wouldn't find me in your heart right now. My presence in your heart in this moment is proof that I never left, and that you are not forgotten, no matter what your mind tells you. When you cry alone, your mind may whisper, you're weak, this is failure. But God says, these tears are life. Hearts that never cry are hard hearts, and hard hearts are the furthest from me. Your heart is alive. It hurts because it loves. It fears because it hopes. It cries because it hasn't given up. He says, don't compare yourself to others. Don't ask why they seem stronger. You don't know what made them cry. You don't know how many times they fell apart in private. I don't measure my children by how well they perform in public, but by how honest they are with me in solitude. And he also says, don't mistake my delay for neglect. Delay is not forgetting. Silence is not rejection. Sometimes I delay to protect you. Sometimes I delay to grow your heart. And sometimes I delay because what you're asking for isn't what you need right now. If I gave you everything you asked for in your moment of tears, your heart would never learn trust or patience or surrender. God says, I am closer to you in your breaking than in your strength, because strength can make you forget your need, but weakness reminds you of me. So don't despise your moment of weakness. It might be the moment you've drawn closer than you have in years. When you cry alone, you might feel that prayer is too heavy, that words won't come, that even showing up feels hard. And God says, it's enough that you came. It's enough that you didn't run. It's enough that you sat here before me, even if you didn't say a word. I don't need your words. I see your heart. And don't be afraid of the long road ahead. The road isn't measured by its length, but by who walks it with you. And I am with you. Even when you don't feel me, feelings change, but closeness doesn't. You may feel alone, but you are not alone. You may feel lost, but you're not abandoned. God says, don't judge your whole life by one moment. Don't let today's tear define your entire story. I am writing chapters you can't see yet. What you see as an ending might be my beginning. What feels like loss might be my rescue. He reminds you of quiet kindnesses, the times he saved you and you didn't notice, the doors he closed that were protection, the things that never happened, that were mercy. If you could go back in time, you would see how I was with you in every moment you thought I was gone. And he says, don't think your weakness lowers your value to me. I am the one who welcomes the broken, who mends tired hearts, who comforts those weighed down by the journey. If I was only looking for the strong, I wouldn't find any humans at all. I'm looking for the honest, even when they're exhausted. Then God says quietly, cry if you need to. Let the tears fall. Don't hold them back. I created tears to relieve you, not to shame you. And after you've cried, remember to rise. Not because the pain is gone, but because life continues. And I am with you in every step. And in the end, God says to you what your ears may not hear, but your heart understands. I have not left you, and I will not leave you, as long as you keep coming back to me, even with a single tear, even in silence, even in brokenness. You are under my care. So if you ever sit alone crying, don't ask where is God. Remember, this very moment is proof that he is with you, he hears you, and he is preparing something for you beyond what you could ever imagine, just when the time is right.